All right, let's talk Samsung TVs. And yeah, Samsung makes way too many models with names that feel intentionally confusing, and not all of them are worth the price. Some are genuinely amazing with stunning picture quality and killer gaming features, while others are overpriced and easy to skip. So over the past year, I've actually tested Samsung's lineup in real-world conditions: movies, gaming, bright rooms, dark rooms, the whole deal. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 best Samsung TVs you can buy in 2026, from more affordable picks to no-compromise flagships. Let's dive in. Starting at number 7, we've got the Samsung Q7F 2025. And I'll be honest, this is the best budget Samsung TV, mainly because Samsung doesn't make many budget TVs anymore. Here's the reality: this TV has mediocre image quality. It doesn't have local dimming to help deepen blacks, which means dark scenes look washed out. HDR content looks underwhelming because highlights don't stand out like they should. Colors are more muted, and the image lacks vibrancy. Like other mid-range Samsung models, it has a narrow viewing angle, so you need to watch from directly in front of the screen. For gaming, it's pretty bare bones. It's a 60Hz TV with no VRR to reduce screen tearing, and motion is blurry due to slow pixel response times. You do get HDR10+, which helps HDR content look a bit better, but it doesn't save this TV from being underwhelming. If you really want a budget Samsung TV, it's not the worst choice. Most people are better off shopping for budget models from TCL or Hisense. They'll give you way more bang for your buck. At number 6, we've got the Samsung QN90F, the best big screen Samsung TV. This thing is available in screen sizes up to 98 inches, making it one of the biggest TVs you can get. And all that screen real estate is backed up by a 165 Hz max refresh rate for ultra-smooth action during live sports, fast-paced movies, and video games. It supports both Dolby Atmos and object tracking sound for 3D audio that follows the on-screen action. You get HDR10 support and AI-assisted upscaling for better contrast and detail. The glare-free display offers better visibility and viewing angles. You get integrated voice controls and a dedicated gaming dashboard with support for cloud gaming services. It also features a Knox security chip for better protection of your browsing history and personal data. If you've got the space and the cash for a truly cinema-sized screen, the QN90F delivers. Just make sure you actually have room for a 98-inch TV before you order one. These things are massive. Coming in at number 5 is the Frame, the best Samsung TV for design. This is Samsung's gallery-inspired model that looks as good as it performs. With a dedicated art slideshow mode, you can create a personal art gallery to show off your favorite artists and pieces, or your own photography and digital art. The display has an anti-glare coating for better visibility in harsh overhead lighting, and the bezel can be switched out with different materials and colors to match your decor. So, if you're redecorating, you can actually match the TV to your new look. If you're in the market for a TV that doesn't look like a TV when it's not in use, the Frame is a good choice. With interchangeable bezels, art mode, and that anti-glare display, you can easily integrate it into your existing decor. It's an expensive TV, but it backs up the high price with great features like HDR10 support and integrated voice controls. The Frame is really for people who care about aesthetics and want their TV to be part of their interior design, not just a black rectangle on the wall. At number 4, we've got the Samsung QN80F, the best lower mid-range Samsung TV. If the QD-OLED models are too expensive, this is your best bet. It's a lot brighter than the S85F OLED in SDR, so it overcomes more glare in a well-lit room. It has local dimming to help deepen blacks, but you don't get anything close to the inky blacks of OLEDs, and there's haloing around highlights. HDR brightness is about the same as the S85F, but since the contrast ratio is much lower and it doesn't display as wide a range of colors, HDR content doesn't look as good. For gaming though, it's solid. You get HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, up to 4K at 144 Hz, and VRR, so it pairs excellently with modern gaming consoles. Input lag is low, but pixel response times are slower than OLEDs, so fast motion is a bit blurry. If you want Samsung quality but can't afford OLED, the QN80F is a solid compromise. Coming in at number 3 is the Samsung S85F OLED, the best mid-range Samsung TV. If you want an OLED but the two higher picks are out of your price range, this is it. It's not as bright as the S90F, and it caps out at 4K at 120 Hz instead of 144 Hz. But outside of that, it's remarkably similar. You still get perfect black levels, vivid colors, wide viewing angles, and the nearly instant response times QD-OLEDs are known for. Even though it's not as bright as its more expensive siblings, you can still watch SDR content in a room with a few lights on without being distracted by reflections. There's a larger gap in HDR brightness compared to the other Samsung OLEDs, so highlights in dark scenes don't pop out as much, but you still get a decently impactful HDR experience. Some PC gamers might feel like they're missing out by not having 144 Hz, but you still get 4 HDMI 2.1 ports capable of 4K at 120 Hz with VRR, so it's fully compatible with modern consoles. At number 2, we've got the Samsung S90F OLED, the best upper mid-range Samsung TV. What if you don't need the matte coating, the One Connect box, or 165 Hz, and you want to spend less? That's where the S90F comes in. Being a QD-OLED, you still get perfect black levels and similarly vibrant colors as the S95F. HDR brightness is impressive, so HDR content is impactful. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as bright in SDR as the S95F, and reflection handling isn't as good due to the glossy coating, so there are some visibility issues in bright rooms. Still, you can watch TV in moderately lit rooms without being distracted by glare. For gaming, you can still game in up to 4K at 144 Hz with VRR on any of its 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. You get the same nearly instant pixel transitions and low input lag, so gaming is sharp and smooth. If you're considering this TV, keep in mind that only some sizes have a QD-OLED panel, and that varies by region. And that brings us to number 1, the best Samsung TV overall, the Samsung S95F OLED. Like any OLED, you get unrivaled black levels. Blacks are deep and inky in a dark room. But since it uses a QD-OLED panel, you also get incredibly bright and vibrant colors that traditional WOLED displays can't match. It's the only OLED on the market with a matte screen coating. Reflections are almost invisible, so overhead lights and even direct light sources facing the screen are a non-factor. It comes with Samsung's Slim One Connect box, which gives you quick access to inputs when wall-mounted and offers versatility for your setup. For gaming, it's equipped with 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, 4K at 165 Hz, and VRR, making it perfect for pairing with modern consoles and gaming PCs. If you can live without those features, the S95F is one of the best TVs on the market. Not just the best Samsung, but one of the best TVs, period. So there you have it, the 7 best Samsung TVs of 2026, from budget picks to premium OLEDs. For the best overall, go with the S95F OLED. Want OLED for less? S90F or S85F are great choices. Need brightness without OLED? The QN80F delivers. And if design matters most, the frame is hard to beat. If this helped, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your TV or your upgrade plans, and I'll catch you in the next one.